Pon la video, me vas a grabar a mí.
Okay.
Turn the phone around. No, Daniel. The camera's facing you.
Okay.
Okay, this is how to drain and refill a 2018 Honda Odyssey Elite automatic transmission. So I have already done the hardest part, and I've drained the transmission fluid, and now I have also just filled it. And I have used a tube, plastic tube. It's like a clear type. Let me see the camera. Okay, and if you can look up here, you'll notice that there's that tube I mentioned that I just used. It's a plastic tube, and I got it at O'Reilly Auto Parts. And then anyhow, I got it at O'Reilly Auto Parts, but they don't sell that tube there alone, so I kind of borrowed it, I guess you could say. I don't want to admit fault of guilt that I stole it, but anyhow, it looks just like that. Okay, and so I put it in there, and so as you can see where that tube is actually going, I'm gonna see if I could point to it. It's right there. That tube right there goes directly into the transmission. That is called the filler tube. Okay, now if you'll notice, it is in a very inconvenient location, which is right here. The radiator is right next to it. You have approximately 4 inches, possibly probably 6 inches to stick a ratchet in there. And that right there, this is the filler tube. This is what it looks like. This is the filler bolt. Okay, this is 18 millimeters. Make sure you get that brand new washer like I just did from Honda. It was about $389 plus tax, but that, you know, the price might vary in your state. I'm in Houston, Texas, so that's what it cost over here. I also got the washer, the brand new washer for the drain plug right here. And if you're looking at this right now, you're probably thinking that looks like a really brand new drain plug, because it is. So it's a new drain plug. The old one was fine. I just felt more comfortable replacing it and putting a brand new one on. And the washer also is about $2.90 and some change. So all in all, I spent around $6, almost $7 just for washers. So I think that's a little outrageous, but it is what it is. Now this right here is, it's like more like a 17 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken, but you use a 3/4 socket tip to stick in there and turn, okay, to loosen up. This is to tighten, and this is to loosen if you go this way. Okay, so back to this part, the filler tube. Now this is the filler tube right here, and I'm going to, as you can see, that is the tube right there. And I'm going to be taking that tube out right now, and I'm going to have my son hold the phone while I do that. Also, one more thing, you'll notice that this thing is loose right here. And now the reason why this is loose is because I unbolted it. Okay, this is like looks like a radiator fan. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I'm wrong. It's the oxygen sensor, and it goes up here. And so this metal clip is in the way. So it takes a 10 millimeter bolt that looks just like this. It's 10 ml. I mean 10 milliliters. I mean 10 millimeter. Sorry, socket that will be used to remove this, and that goes here towards the top up here. Okay, that goes actually to the transmission itself, and you just kind of put it back on and put this back in there. And you need to do this in order to create more space, okay? So please remember, remove this so that way you can stick your fingers in there. I'm 6'4", 289 pounds, so I got mammoth hands. And so for me, it's not an easy feat. But if you got smaller hands, it'll probably come into your advantage here. Okay, I'll give my phone now over to my son. He's going to hold this while just kind of focus it up here. Okay. I'm going to stick my hand in here to remove the tube, to pull the tube out of the filler tube, so that way I could put the filler bolt back in there. 1 second. All right. Okay. Well, luckily no fluid came out or anything, so far so good. Trying to see, as you can see, Daniel, make sure you zoom in here. No, don't zoom, but just, you know, kind of get a good angle there. It's not easy to get your fingers in here and this bolt back in here. It's actually very difficult because it's very narrow. It's a very, very tight spot.
You guys are pretty stuck under there.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and put it in here. How you doing, sir?
Good. I can come back later. I just wanted to ask you a question.
In regards?
I live over there, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I own this house next door. The sewage pipe connects to the two. They actually run together.
Okay.
Out of the house. So what I do every 3 months, I have a clearing thing that's linked to a power pressure washer. And I pop it in the pipe and just make sure that it doesn't back up. Otherwise, we call the city every 5 minutes. You know what I mean? But,
okay.
So if you do happen, the actual opening to the drain is just behind this bush.
Behind that bush?
Yeah.
Did you need access to it?
No, and I just want to say, if you see me doing that, don't be concerned about. All I'm doing is just flushing it through, because
okay,
the two pipes come together from the two houses and then go out.
Okay, go out.
The main line, yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Just wanted to let you guys know.
All right, thank you.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
No problem. Okay, sorry, that was the neighbor. It's going to be doing some maintenance on the pipes, I guess. All right, now back to this situation we got here. Now I'm trying to stick my hand in here. Like I mentioned, I'm a very big dude, so I got very big hands. So for me, this is very difficult. Give me one. Trying to figure this out. I wish I could do this a little faster, but not very easy. Okay.
13-minute video.
Let me get in here. Remove this line that I used to get the transmission fluid down in there. And right now I'm going to try to turn my body at an angle. Hopefully that helps. I know I'm laying all over my son, but give me a sec. All right. This is not fun, y'all, so you'll see what I mean when you try to attempt to do this. Hopefully, if you got smaller hands and you're not 6'4" and mammoth like I am, this will be a lot easier. Almost have it, but I can't seem to line it up to start.
Late.
Okay, let me see. Not fun, y'all. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. So we just kind of have to get in here.
That little tube that you're watching is that tube that he's trying to do. Not the gold one.
Alright, we're still trying here, y'all. Try to be a little patient. You can probably fast forward through this if y'all would like. I don't edit my YouTube videos. This is the first time I'm ever making a YouTube video in my life, so you may want to forward some instead of watching me struggle trying to put this thing on, because I promise you it is a struggle. I'm trying to get it in there. It's kind of going around a lot, but I'm trying to turn it with 2 fingers. Imagine that, huh? 2 fingers trying to turn it. Finally. Some luck. Okay. So this is the filler tube that is being very difficult right now. I'm trying to fasten it some more because I was only able to give it a spin and a half. Hope to God that it doesn't roll out on me while I'm doing this. Like I said, you could fast forward through this if you'd like. Just get onward with, to whatever point in this video you need. Like I said, this takes an 18 millimeter socket right here. It's 18. Oh, sorry, this is 17. Oh, wrong one. 18 right here. Can you see it there in the camera? Okay, so you'll use the 18. You'll put it right here on your ratchet here. Then just make sure that it's on there to tighten and not loosen, because if you loosen it, it is very difficult to put it back on. Actually, I still need to turn it some more with my finger. It's not all the way in there. Okay. We're almost there. All right. All right, and so it's very difficult to try to get this ratchet on there with the socket. Yeah, it's very narrow in here, so just keep that in mind when you're working and you've decided to do this. You're gonna have to have a lot of patience because it's not simple. All right, try to get this in here. Now remember, you don't want to put too much pressure on this bolt here, okay? Just hand tight. Don't over, cram it down, because if you do that, you could warp it or damage it, and trust me, nobody wants to do that. That's a headache, and cost a whole lot more money. And I promise you, you'll be very upset. All right, so let me give it a little more tugs here, so I can make sure it's on there. Like I said, it's very difficult to work here in these conditions. You have very, very limited space. I'll give it one more turn here, good one here, and then I'll show you the next part. All right, so I'm gonna get in here and all right, there we go. All right, so that's one thing right there. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we need that 10 millimeter socket. 10 millimeter bolt, and you'll need a 10 millimeter socket to put this little oxygen sensor clip device back in its place. All right, tighten that up, and let me find the little location and set that up before I start tightening down. Okay, so we'll put that there. And this, I can't record it, you guys, and I'm sorry. It's not easy. Like I said, you're dealing with very little clearance as it is. So I have my son here helping me with this, and you will see it. It looks like this, okay? Just like that. And you'll see where it goes. It's shiny, as you can